Hey guys, Seaton HVAC here. In today's video, I'm going to show you 3 different ways of connecting metal together to make a fitting. I'm going to show you the pour method, which is using an S-lock. I'm going to show you a better method, which is doing a half-half slip. You still have to screw it together though, which sucks and makes the fitting look like crap. And then I'm going to show you the best way to do it is if you have access to a brake. You don't need an expensive Pittsburgh machine. You can make a field Pittsburgh on your sheet metal brake. So let's go through each one. I'll show you the pros and cons of each. All right, guys, so I made this in marker, but you could use your scribe just to show you how you prep it. So obviously you would have an inch on the side or however you're doing your duct fitting to make your connections to each duct, but I'm just going to show you guys how you make the seams. So this is going to be the S-lock method, very simple, and what a lot of guys use because they don't, maybe they don't have the skills to make a proper connection, or it's just the way they were taught to do it. So let me go over to the brake and show you how we do this. Very simple. Simple's not always the best. All right, guys, so this method, there ain't much to it. You got your 1 inch there. You're going to pop it in your brake. You're just going to bend it up 90 degrees. Done. Okay? That's all you do. You're just making yourself a little L. That's all you're doing. Then to connect the pieces of your transition, you're just taking a simple S cleat like so. And then you're popping your other side in, which is just going to be raw in there. And get it in there. There you go. So that's how your fitting's going to look, just like that. Pop 1, 2, 3, or 4 screws in your seam, blah, blah, blah. I think it looks unprofessional that way. Let me show you the better method. All right, guys, on your better method, so you don't need this 1/2 inch on the inside. I just showed it to you for video purposes. You do a 1 inch on the inside of your fitting. You flip it over. You do a 1/2 inch on the other side of your fitting. Let's go to the brake. All right, guys, so on this method, there's a couple more steps to it. So there's your 1/2 inch side. This is the back side of your one side of your fitting. You're going to stick that in your brake. You're going to clamp it down. You're going to fold it up. You're going to bring your brake back, and then you're going to smash that down all the way, your 1/2 inch all the way down, like so. Then you're going to flip it over, and that leaves you a 1/2 inch on your front side, the inside of your fitting. And you're going to get that on the line and smash that down. You're going to bring that all the way up, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to smash it all the way down, like so. And that gives you a little pocket. I don't know if you can see that on the, gives you a little pocket for your other side of your fitting to go into. Let me show you how that's put together. All right, guys, so there's a reason why this is the better method and not the best, and I'll show you why. So you got your pocket there, like I showed you. You bent your 1/2, 1/4 inch, whatever on your other side, and you threw that inside of there, and it makes a pretty clean joint, right? That looks pretty good. That looks pretty professional. Problem is, you still got to get out your old drill, and you're going to have to screw it along the whole seam, at least 2 or 3, 4 times, depending on how wide the fitting is. And then when you're done, it doesn't look as good. You got screws in it, and sometimes you get a tight spot where you're building the fitting. You know, it may not slide up in there. I just don't like this method. Let me show you the best. This is the old field Pittsburgh that you do on your brake. I got a simple Harbor Freight $250 brake. I can make any fitting imaginable with my mind and my math skills. I can make anything that a big shop can make. So what you're going to do is you're going to scribe your 1.5 inches. I did it on both sides just for video purposes. You'd have your inch or whatever on your outside. This would be notched. I'm just showing you how to make them. So there's your 1.5 inch scribe across there. Let's go to the brake. All right, guys, the nice thing is all you need for this method is your piece of metal and your thumping stick, your rubber mallet. So what you're going to do is you're going to stick this in at your 1.5 inches, clamp it down, and then you're going to hit it with your mallet and knock it down 90 degrees. Just like so. You're going to take your brake and you're going to bend that up, and you're going to hammer it back down. Then you're going to open up your brake. You're going to get that underneath. And you're just going to smash it back down. Make sure you smash it down good. And now we have something real cool. We have a pocket for our joining piece to go into, but we also have a flange here to bang over so it locks the piece together. You don't need any screws for this. Just like a Pittsburgh makes them. That $5,000 machine that I don't want to buy. Let me show you. Okay guys, so what you end up with is a better option than the better option, the best option. And you don't need this to screw the joint together. It's very similar, but you have some extra meat there where you can bend this over and it locks them together. So there's your joint right there. And all you're going to do is take your hammer and you're going to beat that over. Granted, that's a little sloppy because it's a demonstration on a real fitting, but that's what you end up with. A properly connected, sealed connection that doesn't require any screws or S-lock or any of that nonsense that people use. And it makes a very nice fitting. Obviously, I ran through this quick, but I can make that look a lot better than that. You could smash that down better, but you get the gist of it. That's a Field Pittsburgh right there. And it makes your fittings look professional. Hey guys, so I also wanted to mention too, so when you're doing your Field Pittsburgh on your brake, it all depends what type of brake you have. Mine just happens to have a 1/2-inch lip here, so I triple it, because that gives you your half plus your half that's going to bend over your other side of your fitting. So if you have a brake that only has a 3/8, you're going to triple that to 1 1/8 inch. If you have one that's shallower, it's going to be less than that even, or even more. So it's all based on the lip here on your brake. When you clamp your metal down, you got 1/2 inch here, so you go half, and then another half that you can bend over onto the adjoining side. So just want to make that clear to you. And it really is that simple, guys. You know, I've built just about everything in the field imaginable that any big, expensive sheet metal shop can build. And I know guys will get on and say, why are you going through all this? I'm a one-man band. I do field transitions for change-outs. I very rarely do new construction. If I do, if I need to build a couple transitions, I build them on the fly. It's not a big deal. So if you guys want more sheet metal videos, let me know. I'm happy to help you out. And I think it's a weak point with a lot of guys, especially now with all the flex and all the prefab stuff. I think it's a lost art, and I love doing it. So if you want more, let me know. I'll get more in depth for sure.